Well, there it is. No, I didn't buy this. This is the demo for the week. Yes, the demo for the week. Today is April the 13th, 2025. It's Sunday. It's absolutely beautiful out there. I've been working on the mower. Oh, not supposed to show you that yet. That's my version 2.5. It's not done yet. I'm working and ironing out the bugs. But anyway, this is a 2025 Bad Boy Revolt 48 inch. This thing was made, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago. It just rolled off the factory assembly floor. And my dealer in beautiful Lawrenceville, Georgia, Sotheby's, was able to get this for me to use as a demo. It has 0.5 hours on it. I don't know if the camera can see that. 0.5. So it is literally brand new. So normally if you want a demo, you have to go through, I guess you would say it's corporate, go through Bad Boy. And I reached out to them back in maybe December and was able to, very late December, get a hold of the guy that does the, I think it's the North Georgia area. He didn't have a demo available. But basically what they do is they, I guess, have a trailer and bring out whatever you want to try, and you know, they'll come out to wherever you are. So shout out to Sotheby's for getting this, because I don't think the dealers normally do demos like kind of like the Right does. But anyway, if you want Gravely, they sell Skag, of course, Honda push mowers, Bad Boy. They used to be, that was actually the first place I bought a commercial mower. It was a 36 inch Right intensity, and they used to be a Right dealer. So yeah, let me get out of the sun here. Apologize, my neighbor's over there pressure washing his driveway. But anyway, they were able to get the demo for me, and I'm very appreciative of that. I just picked it up yesterday. I haven't cut a single blade of grass with it. I have barely looked it over, which I'm going to do with you guys. I was contemplating not doing this video because of the pressure washer next door, but so let me tell you why I have a 48 and why I didn't get a demo on the Revolt X, because it doesn't come in 48. So you guys know I've demoed the Hustler Super S. It was a 54, and also the Right LG. I love both of those mowers. And that was some time ago. And I know people have asked me if I was going to get one of them and why I haven't gotten one. And after looking at all of my properties, I think I stated I could use that mower in maybe 60% of the properties. And that's just not enough to justify, you know, around $10,000. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to kind of put it on the back burner. And I was doing a lot of research. I reached out to John Deere, and they just will not, they won't return my emails. They won't. I tried to, you know, request a demo. I tried to request pricing, like, hey, I'm ready to buy a mower. Never heard back from him ever. And I'd tried that several times, so I marked them off the list. I was looking at Grasshopper. The dealer was super nice. He's in South Atlanta, so he's not very close to here, but they also do demos through like corporate. And the guy, I talked to him, we set a time up. He was gonna come out here, like, you know, in January, and let me, you know, use the mower I was interested in. He was actually going to bring out several different ones. Never heard from the guy again. He just disappeared. That seems to be the theme. So I was looking at Bradley, right? But there's no Bradley dealer near me. They don't do demos, I guess, unless the dealer wanted to do it. But the biggest Bradley dealer that I know of is in somewhere in North Carolina, and that's like a 5-hour drive. You know, the price is right. I don't really care for the Vanguard engine. I like Kawasaki's, and they, you know, they sell them pretty quick. They're like I think a 48's like $6,000 or something like that. But you know, that was a serious, I was thinking about that. And you guys know I work on my own stuff, but that's a 10-hour investment trip, and I have not. I've seen one person with a Bradley, and it was sitting on a trailer at his house. He obviously does lawn care, and I never was able to stop when he was out there, or when the mower was out there. So, and then I was started looking at the bad boys, and I hadn't really considered them, and my dealer doesn't carry the stand ones. He carries the sit down ones. So I want to show you guys a little bit about what's going on here. So to say this thing is overbuilt, I would say is a understatement. This thing, I don't know how heavy it is. I think it's over 900 pounds, or maybe around 900, but it is super beefy. And this deck, not only does it have, of course, the adjustments up and down, but you can really do the deck this way. So this deck is like, doesn't move, like on the Trim Star, it's got the change. It's simple. It's kind of just hangs there. Well, this has got these struts on either side, which whatever. I do like the fact that the spindles the pulleys are up off of the deck, so it will be very easy to blow out leaves and Bermuda grass that gets in there. Probably, yeah, there's a space right here. You can just blow, and you don't have to take the covers off. They use massive, I don't know, I think these are called the Reaper tires. These are massive, 23 by 9 by 12. These things look like they could really, if you're not careful, could really tear some grass up. So I'll have to see. I don't know how I like those or not. But that's what you get on that. Now, this is one of the best parts. Most 48s do not come, well, I don't know any 48s that come with engines that are this big. Usually the biggest you can get on a 48, whatever the brand, is an FX or FS, depending on the model, 691. A lot of them have 651s, and this is a very, very nice size engine. Also, it uses Hydrogear transaxles, and they have the stickers right there. These are the 3400s. Okay, so these are very beefy. They have separate hydro reservoirs, which I like. The batteries right there, which is easy to get to. This plate, or the platform, goes up like that. It comes back down. You can't mow with it like this, but you can walk around with it if you're just transporting it. The pad is extremely comfortable. I don't know how long it'll last. It feels kind of thin, but it is very comfortable. You got a cup holder right there. Nice gas gauge. I miss not having a gas gauge. I had one on the right, but I don't have one on the Trim Stars. The Advanced Chute makes a custom chute blocker for this. It mounts right here. It's handle operated. Well, handle / cable. It's very, very simple. It bolts right to this right here. That's a really good thing. I would use that. I prefer non-electric. I love my green guards, but cable's better. And the fact that it doesn't have that big handle that you would see a lot of them with, because that, if you try to go under trees and branches, that's going to get snagged. But it's got it looks like a gear shift, but and it goes all the way up. So some of them only go open angle like that, but it goes all the way up. So that's good. I haven't figured out the deck routing, the belt routing. Seems pretty simple for the blades. It does not seem very simple. I know on the Trim Star and on the right, I could take the belt on and off without having to take apart anything underneath there. It looks like the electrical connection's in the way, and I can't find anything online about anybody doing these deck belt or the belts for the hydro. So, you know, I've had Trim Star the belt come off one time and I had to fix it on the fly. So I don't know, and there's no room under here. I don't know if you guys can see under there. I can't really see, but I'm not sure how that would work. And taking this plate off right here does no good. So, and I looked in the manual online and it's silent about replacing the deck belt. Now, I believe they've redesigned this several times. This just uses a drop pin system. So 99% of what I mow at is 2.5. And the way that you engage this, you just give it a quick, like that. And then it drops down, and then you can just do like that. So if you try to do this, it's not going to come out. You just got to give it a quick little snap. There's a little finger, or not finger, but a detent right there. And this deck is pretty easy to lift up. It doesn't take a lot of effort. I don't know yet how I feel about this platform. The platform never goes flat. It's always up at an angle. It does have this nice grip tape on there. So this is it's fairly comfortable just standing here. The controls are well laid out. You've got the throttle here. You've got your choke here. Obviously this is not fuel injected. You got your PTO switch, your key. The parking brake is super easy to engage and disengage. And there is a you guys can see right there, that's the safety. See that little arm hits it when that's up. And of course you've got your, now you guys know I've talked several times, if you've ever heard me talk about, I like the controls on the right the best, the quad levers, where this is the bar here and the levers move. But there's 3 positions, right? So if you do that, you got all the way max speed, and then I guess if you're training somebody, you can have it all the way up to there. I'm not sure why this is even a thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just used to controlling the speed of whatever I want it by my hands. Now, look at this. There's 2 USB ports here. So I guess you could charge something. I don't know where you're supposed to put it. Maybe, I don't know if I'd want my phone up here, but, and cranks up quick. The camera was picking that up, but it's got a tachometer. Turns into a tachometer so you can see your RPMs. This thing has got high lift blades on it, I can tell. Now, one thing that I'm a little nervous about, because I got a full week of mowing, it's gonna be pretty much weather like this all week long, and I'm gonna be mowing and trying this out on different properties. The part that scares me is I don't have a chute blocker. I don't operate mowers without chute blockers. This, that's not going to do anything except maybe kick some stuff back, keep some stuff so it's not kicked back at me. I don't know. Got a lot of yards with rocks and stuff in it, so I'm gonna have to be extra careful to not make sure that the chute or the discharge is not pointed well, certainly not at the house that I'm mowing at. But this thing, my favorite thing about this mower is the engine. It's got this thing got a tremendous amount of power, so it's a good looking mower. I will have to say that. These are I mean, this whole thing is just stout. I wish that this went up further and you could hold it. These little things right here undo, and then it just pops right off. It's just these clips. So everything's very accessible. I like the fact that the battery is easy to get to. I like the fact that the hydros, you can see here are the hydro releases. You would just move this over. Somehow. Well, I guess I'll have to figure that out. Okay. Okay, now we're stuck. There we go. Maybe it takes a... Supposed to go... I don't know, maybe you have to take this little clip out. I guess that's something I should make sure I understand. You can see the arm in there. Anyway, if anybody knows, put it down in the comments. But anyway, you got to get into this position right here. You got to hook it over. So, yep. That's pretty much what it is. Okay, so my stickers on my oldest Trimstar, they had double duplicate, so you could tear one off and I guess put it in a file, which I didn't do. So this serial number and the options that these hydro gears are on both sides, they are gone on mine. Like, it's completely faded out. So there was like 4 or 5 different ZT 2800s that mine could have had. I don't know which one it is. There's no markings on the case. I called Hydro Gear and they said that Hustler would be able to look it up somehow. But I do like the fact that these are not underneath the mower. There may be a sticker on the transaxle, there may not be, but they need to be up out of the elements so you can actually see, because if you ever need a rebuild kit or anything for these, you need this number right here. But anyway, oh, and you also have a belt routing diagram for the hydro belt. Now this thing is heavy, so be careful when you put it back. And then you just tighten it back. But it still lifts up, it just won't come out. So anyway, that's what it is. So let's let's put this in the, I'm gonna put this in the truck. When I got this, when I picked it up, the guy put it in the truck for me, and because the truck was pointed a little bit, a couple degrees up, he had to go up backwards. He said, nope, I'm not going up that ramp. So I'm going to show you how to get a walk behind up a ramp that's not, it's pretty steep. to try to upload this video tonight, and I will see you guys tomorrow when we're going to start mowing and start using this. All right, I'll talk to you guys on the next one.